So are we in a bubble? Is the housing market going to crash in 2021? Hi, I'm Chris O'Hare. I'm a property investor and mentor with Property Wealth System. So I've been invested in property since 2018, and I started off with the baby buy-to-lets, moved up to HMOs, and now I'm working on commercial conversions. So Property Wealth System is a collective of experienced property experts who have come together to deliver a system that'll help you whether you're getting started or scaling a portfolio. So I'm sure you're all aware there's been so much talk about the property market. Are we in a bubble? Is it going to crash? If it is, when's it going to crash? So everywhere I look, I'm hearing about this. So that's what I want to talk about in the video today. But before we get started, like, subscribe and hit the bell. So here we are in North Manchester in one of my professional HMO renovations. We're converting this one into a 6-bedroom, all-ensuite HMO. So I think we all know the last year has been crazy, both personally, globally, professionally. I don't think anybody's seen anything quite like this before. So when the pandemic hit last year, obviously the stock market crashed and everybody thought it's going to follow on naturally, the housing market would also crash. But somehow it managed not to. So then the government brought in new measures, most notably the furlough scheme, which helped businesses and individuals across the board. But there was also, for the housing market, the stamp duty holiday. But to most experts' surprise, the housing market didn't follow suit. And when you think back, we had a lot of pent-up demand with people seeing what would happen with Brexit. So in January, the housing market really soared because there was all that demand was suddenly unleashed. Then the pandemic started, which put a stop to that. So when we add to that the stamp duty holiday, suddenly we've got this momentum building and building, and the market has become hotter and hotter through 2020 and into 2021. So people are now asking, well, how long can this carry on? And again, experts are going, this time it is going to crash. But is it? So from a personal point of view, January 2020 saw me almost reach my annual target. I had 3 fantastic deals, 1 commercial, 2 HMOs, really having a fantastic start to the year. Then obviously when the pandemic hit, I tried to de-risk everything. So I hit the pause button on all 3 deals. Each deal for different reasons was time critical. For instance, one was a student HMO, one was a semi-modern method of auction where I had some caveats. So none of those deals I could really sit on and allow the dust to settle. So unfortunately, I had to pull out of those 3 deals. I waited till the dust settled, till I had a better view of how things were changing in the market. And then I got out there again, looking for new deals, putting offers in, and actually came out at the back end there with a much better large commercial conversion and the HMO I'm in today. So as different as this pandemic is to 2008, I see a lot of similarities. I mean, again, the experts saying it's the end of days, the property market is dead. Do I wish I'd bought just after 2008? Absolutely, because those investments would be fantastic now. And lots of investors did, right in the heart of the crisis, just buy, and that's proved to be fantastic for them over the long term. So I guess asking the question, what's the market going to do in 2021? Is it going to crash it or not? It's kind of the wrong question. If you buy with the right fundamentals, it really doesn't matter. You can react to any given market, and as long as you've got multiple exits, again, you're protecting yourself. As long as you've bought below market value, so you bake in that 25% equity from day one, these are all things that protect you. And on top of that, I mean, I put away 10% of gross income, and I always have 6 months of mortgage payments put aside in an account. And that just makes me, as far as I'm concerned, as bulletproof as it's possibly to be. So again, this is where the professionals and the amateurs differ. Because in a market that's hot like this, emotion is taking over. And when emotion takes over, people don't want to miss out on the deal. But they forget to take the step back and just look at the numbers. Are the numbers right? If they're not right, we don't do the deal. And if it's the 10th property we've lost, so be it. We don't do the deal out of desperation. We don't do the deal because of emotion. Ultimately, if there's an amateur who's getting carried away with emotion, let them have the deal, because you will never compete with them. But we don't want to, because that's where the danger lies. For me personally, whether the market rises or falls, doesn't make a lot of difference to me. If the market crashes, I'm going to buy because I know it'll come back strong over the next 5 to 10 years. It's the people who are trying to beat the market at any given point. They're the ones who get caught out. What we as professional investors do is assess what the situation is and react to that and adapt what we do to take into account what's going on in the market. So I think it's true that we are in uncharted territory. Nobody quite knows what's happening with this pandemic. Getting those fundamentals right is so important. And then the market will do whatever it's going to do. You know, the best time to invest in property was yesterday. The second best time is today. You get people waiting and waiting and waiting, and they just never get started. So am I still buying properties? Of course I am. We're stood in one today. This is a property I bought in the last couple of months, halfway through a renovation. It's going to be a 6-bedroom all ensuite HMO. I've also bought a commercial conversion that's going to be 11 apartments. So I'm constantly out there raising money, looking for deals, but looking for deals that are robust in whatever situation I find myself. So what do you think is going to happen in 2021? Is it going to crash? Pop it in the comments below. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. So I'm Chris O'Hare from Property Wealth System, and I'll see you on the next video.